Hi everyone, and welcome to today's episode. I hope you enjoy this video and give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't already, press that subscribe button and let's help grow the channel. Now let's get into it.
Hey Mel, what advice do you have for someone to stay on track in achieving their goals?
Hi Veronica, thank you for sending that question. It's a great question. How do you stay on track with obtaining your goals? And there's a lot I can say about that, but let's see if I can keep it to a few minutes. So to obtain your goals, the first step is to make sure that you have your goals written down on paper. If it's here, it stays in here. And when you put it down on paper, putting it down on paper kind of brings it to life. So whatever your goals are, you definitely want to write them down. That's the first step. Now that you have them written down, develop a plan. What do you have to do to get those goals? Now you might already be at that section, at that place where you know what to do and you want to know, how do you keep that momentum up? Well, it's a daily chore. Every day you've got to motivate yourself to continue doing these things. And on those days where you're not motivated, that's when the discipline kicks in. So one is motivation, another one is discipline. Disciplines are going to be what you need to draw out of yourself on those days where the motivation is gone. You just don't feel like doing what has to be done to achieve your goals. And guess what? When discipline kicks in, you do it anyways. So these are daily practices, and do it anyways, do it anyways. It's easy to continue doing the things that must be done for your goals when it's easy to do. The hard part and the testing part and the growth part is when you don't feel like doing it and you do it anyways. So that is something that needs to be done to keep your momentum going. And that momentum, that's when you feel like you're on a roll and everything's falling into place and you're seeing some results. Sometimes the momentum will slow down, and that's one thing you don't want it to do. You want to keep that momentum. When you start something new, I don't know if the analogy is that I use, it's like the old train's the locomotive. When you start something new, you gotta put in a lot of time and energy, a lot of work, and keep up. It's like putting the coal into the locomotive. You have to put a lot in to get it started. Now, once it's started and the wheels are moving, the train kind of goes on its own. You still need a little coal, but not as much as you do to get it going. That is the importance of getting your momentum going and keeping momentum. It starts to work on its own and you don't have to put so much effort into it. So if you're starting a goal, know that it's going to take a lot of work to start, and then after you see a few results, it gets a little bit easier. The important part is to not let go of the momentum. An example for myself would be the working out goal. And I know that a lot of people work out or eat healthy Monday through Friday. And what happens is on Friday, you say, yay, I did great for 5 days. I'm going to go eat whatever I want Saturday and Sunday. And there goes all that work for nothing out the door, because on Monday, you're starting right back at the beginning, and now you got to put all the coal back into the locomotive, and that takes a lot of time and energy. You're starting all over from day one. So I encourage you to, when you're on a roll and you're doing something, even Saturdays and Sundays, keep the momentum going. That's how you're going to achieve those goals. Same with food. When you're eating or going to the gym, do it on Saturday and Sunday. Your morning routine is extremely important to keep your momentum. Not just the morning routine, the things that you need to do to get to your goals. Now, another thing I want to share is how do you get that motivation, right? It's like, okay, I know what to do, and you're excited and you're starting. How do you continue that? In a previous video, I mentioned every morning I listen to something positive. That is what needs to be done. Listen to something positive that's going to set your mindset for the day. It's very important. Once you set your mindset on a positive note, that's going to help you, give you that extra push that you need to do what you need to do to stay on track to get your goal. Now, another thing to stay on track is to know your why. This question kind of perplexes a lot of people. It perplexes me. Sometimes it's like, what is your why? Why do you want that goal? And it's not just because I want this. If you peel back enough layers and continue asking yourself, why do you want this? And then you get an answer. Well, why do you want that? And then you get an answer, and you keep peeling back why. Hopefully you'll discover the bottom line, the why that's going to give you that desire and energy. And when you remember the why, it's going to give you what you need to push through those days that you really don't feel like pushing through. So discovering the reason why you want that goal is very important as well, because that's going to give you what you need. Yeah. You know, sometimes when we get our goals or we have goals, we think that we have to take huge, large leaps to get there. And that's really not how it works. Every day taking small steps in the right direction is going to get you there. So I hope this message was helpful, Veronica, and to anyone else, and on how to keep your momentum and staying on track on obtaining your goals.
Hi Mel, my question is, how do you keep yourself organized in 2022?
Hi Kurt, thank you so much for your question on how do I stay organized in 2022. Okay, so I am going to be the first one to say that I have some room for growth in that area. However, I did watch a couple videos, and it's funny how when you start talking about something and your phone hears you, you see all these things pop up. And one of the videos that popped up was how to be an organized person. And I said, wow, I just got that question asked by Kurt. Let's listen to see what it says. And a lot of the things I already do. So I'm like, okay, so maybe I am a little bit more organized than I think I am. And I just sometimes feel like I have room to grow in that area. So one thing that I do is, and depending on if we're talking about the house or work or both, excuse me, got an itch there. So when I'm cleaning the shed, this is a big deal. The example is with the shed. It's labeling things. In our shed, I bought those boxes that are, some of them are clear, but it has the regular top, and you get them at Walmart or Home Depot, and you put the lid on it and you close it on the side. Well, when I go to look for something, because I have 30 of them, I don't know what's in there. So I'll label them Halloween, Christmas, Easter, and it's so much easier than going through every single box. Sometimes I'll go even a little bit more, where on Halloween, because I have a lot of costumes, I'll put which costumes are in there. Because I have like 8 Halloween boxes, and if I'm looking for one costume, it's a lot easier to see what's in there by reading it. So doing the work by labeling today will help me next year with a lot of less stress to find something. So I find that labeling things, it makes things much easier, less stressful, and more organized. And now in the workplace, that also goes for the filing cabinets. If you have hanging filing cabinets, label them and put what's in the filing cabinet. So labeling is one way to make things organized. Another thing that I do is I am mindful of the things I have to do. So if I'm going to work out every morning, that I know I'm going to work out for 5 days, I'm mindful of what I need to do to get myself there. One thing I do is preparation, and that is putting 5 outfits that all I have to do is grab the hanger, and it has the pants, it has the tank top, it has my gloves, it has whatever I need for that morning already ready to go. So I don't have to think about it in the morning, and that saves me time, stress, and energy to have it prepared. Now, when it comes to eating. Okay, if you're on a healthy diet, or I don't like that word, but that it's a healthy diet, or you want to make this a lifestyle, preparing your food is the biggest deal, because as human beings, when we do things out of necessity instead of want, we don't think clearly. So when we're hungry, we want to eat the first thing in sight because we're hungry. Now if we prep our food and we get hungry, we know that it's already there and it's healthy for us. So we want to be prepared. I always tell the kids, ABP. What does that mean? Always be prepared. And that really helps me with my organization. One example, let me go back to labeling, is when you're moving or you're putting stuff in storage. I put stuff in baggies. So if you put stuff in baggies, like screws or different things to, let's say, a desk or a table, label it, or else we're going to just have baggies full of screws and not know what they go to. So that definitely helps with the organizational part. So we got organize, we got be mindful and prepare. And I have a few notes, so let me look at my notes. What else do I do to stay organized? Oh, even without my notes, I take notes. So on every conversation when I'm talking with someone, I have a notepad and I'm taking notes because I cannot count on remembering everything that I hear and that we talk about. This is important because our brains, I don't know, I say it's my brain, it's not meant to remember every single thing at the draw of a snap of a finger. So organized people know that they don't clutter their brain with everything. They take notes and write it down. Now this is something that I do halfway. However, it is a great thing to do. Is I carry my notebook everywhere, so that's a great thing. However, if I can get my notes into like a scanner, or I have a file, or I can put those notes on a cloud-based note system. This way, if I forget my notes somewhere, or the notepads only last for so long. After a while, I run out of paper. So what am I going to do with pads and pads of paper? So now with technology, for the last 25 years, we can keep it in, I hope I'm using the right term, cloud-based memory, so that no matter where you're at, if the computer goes down, or if you're out of town and you don't have your physical computer, or if it breaks or it's burned in a fire, you can always go back to your notes because they're in the cloud-based note-saving system. So I do take a lot of notes. I probably have only half my notes saved in the cloud-based system. And with this video, it's going to encourage me to continue to put more of my notes in the cloud-based system. So don't attempt to keep it all up here, because that just fills your mind with stuff. And we need to have our mind cleared so we can think properly and make better decisions and things like that. So yeah, taking notes is a big way to stay organized. What else do I have? Oh yeah, this is a good one too. I do this, and I could do it a little bit more, is have a backup. What does that mean? If you're somewhere where, let's say you're taking a battery operated charger and you're going on vacation, well, or something like that. So let me give an example. We have a mixer for our protein, and it's actually chargeable. And I got another one as a gift for somebody, and it has batteries. So that's perfectly fine. However, have a backup battery. Now that goes for anything. Have a backup charger, a backup battery. They say that 1 equals none and 2 equals 1. So if you have two, you don't have to have two of everything. However, if you need something to work or to live or to make life easier, having a backup, let's say battery, backup food, if you're, let's say for me, it would be maybe some vegetables for breakfast, or some people, maybe it's milk. If you drink milk all the time, have your 2 cartons of milk, so that when one's gone, you use the other one, then you have time to replenish it, versus, there's no milk, what do I do? Now that's milk. I would be referring to more things like, I need an extra set of batteries, Or for me as a woman, my cleanser. Oh my gosh. Hang on, let me turn that. My facial cleanser. And when I run out of facial cleanser, if I have to use bar soap or no cleanser at all, I'm like, ah. So having a backup, because that can take a week to get because I order it, I order it. And yeah, so having a backup like that, or even maybe powder for the face for you ladies, or anything like that. Even for men, I buy him this special men's face wash, and when he runs out, I'm like, it's gonna take me a week to get you another one. So have a backup. That helps to be organized so we're not in chaos looking for something to make things move forward. Yeah, that's a good one. I can't say I do that one too. Oh, okay. Put things back where you got them. You would think that is self-explanatory. However, it is not. Not everyone puts things back where it belongs. The reason why this helps with being organized is so that when you go to get it, you know exactly where it's at. I know I'm not the only person. When you go looking for something and you expect it to be in the spot where it goes and it's not there, I'm upset. Sometimes I can be a little bit more than upset. However, it is important because now I'm looking through every drawer, I'm pulling out the cupboards, I'm looking for the one item that is supposed to go in the drawer where it goes. So it can cause, time, energy, and stress looking for these things. Okay. And so, yeah, when you use something, put it back where it goes as soon as you're finished with it. Now, a second part to that is the reason why you want to put it back where it goes is so that you can find it, right? You can find it easily. Another reason why you want to put it back where it goes when you're done is so that your house is not chaotic and unorganized. If everyone uses stuff and just leaves it around everywhere and then you come home, it looks like chaos. So to have an organized house, put stuff back where it goes. That's a good one. That's a good one. Let me see what else I have in my notes. So this is one that I could work on a little bit more too, and I am getting better and better. It's be deliberate on the things that you buy and keep. And at first when I heard that, I was like, what does that even mean? Deliberate on the things I buy, because I buy a lot. I'm a consumer. I buy. However, I think what they're getting at is not to keep clutter, because clutter clutters the mind. How we live our life is how we feel inside too. That goes for your car, that goes for the house, that goes for the office. So if you want to clear your mind, this is kind of on a tangent. If you want to clear your mind, clear your car, clear your desk, clear your office, and clear your house. That will help you clear your mind. Now, being deliberate on the things that you buy. Are you just buying it to buy it? Or is it bringing you joy? Is it bringing you value? Are you buying it because you want to show off to somebody else? Or there's really no real reason that you're buying it? Maybe don't buy it. All that's going to do is collect dust and add to the junk or the stuff that you no longer need, or it's going to go in the shed with all the rest of the stuff and you're going to label it even though you probably won't use it again. So it is being mindful of the things that you buy and the things that you keep. Now, the things that you keep, look around and ask yourself, do I need this? Do I want this? Is this bringing me joy? And if it's not, get rid of it. All it's doing is keeping up space and probably making things more unorganized. And, one thing also that I collect a lot of stuff. Not a hoarder, however, I love to keep everything, and I'm really learning on getting rid of things that don't bring me joy. And one thing that made it a little bit easier for me to let things go was, can somebody else benefit for this? That's where you hit my heart. Can somebody else benefit from this item more than I can? Because I might not need it and I'm just keeping it. And yeah, if they can, because I had such a great time with this book, or I had great memories with this jacket. However, I don't use it anymore. Instead of just keeping it to look at, let somebody else create great memories, with that jacket or whatever it is. So that is one way to help clear out and be organized in the house. So I hope this answers your question, Kurt. It was a fantastic question, and it actually helped me because now I'm going to be mindful about a couple more things that I can do to be a little bit more organized. So thank you for your question, Kurt. And anyone else who's watching this, if you have any questions on this topic, please feel free to leave your question in the comments below. And remember to comment, like, subscribe, and send me a video of your question, and maybe you'll be on our next episode of Ask Mel.